will be sharing a meditation with you today. And before we dive into the meditation, I just wanted to take a moment to speak and to allow us to come here together in community, because this is the way that I can reach out to community, is to reach out to you. And I want to really allow us, in these challenging times that we're facing, these times we're facing through COVID-19 and the protests and everything that is going on in the world around us. I think that community is very important, and conversation is important as well. And so one of the things that I really want to invite my community, which is you, to do is to start to open conversations with people. Open conversations about things that you are uncomfortable talking about. Open conversations with people in your community and with your family about race. Start opening conversations with everyone that you have in your circle, so that we can start to build a collective community and let ourselves release being afraid of having these conversations. So my invitation to you is to start having these conversations. I just moved less than a week ago, I guess it was a week ago today, to the Central Coast in California. I am living in a more rural area of California now, and so I have a friend that my neighbor that I live near, but other than that, my community is you. And so this is my way of reaching out to community to share. And I am giving you the invitation to also reach out to me in any capacity that you feel is right for you at any time. If you would like to open a conversation, if there are things that are difficult or challenging for you to talk about, uncomfortable for you to talk about, just know that I am here to help in any way that I possibly can, or to be someone who can have these conversations with you, especially those of us who might be alone and still in a space where maybe we aren't seeing a lot of people right now. It's really important to have our community. That being said, if we've learned anything from a meditation practice, or some of you practice yoga as well, we know that sometimes we have to step into discomfort. We have to step into something that's uncomfortable in order for us to grow, in order for us to learn and to find transformation and to change. And so as we move into this space of our meditation today, I also am very aware that even me as a white woman going live right now, this also might be offensive to some people as well. Using my voice as a white woman to teach and to reach out in this time. And so, as I mentioned before, I believe that conversation is one of the most important things at the moment. And so if anybody is watching this or sees the replay and it is, if it feels offensive or harmful in any way for me to share this meditation as a white woman right now, I would love for you to open a conversation with me about that, because I am here to learn. I am open to being corrected. I do not expect people of color or my Black friends to be the ones to have to educate me or teach me, but I also do understand that we all are feeling different things right now, and we've come from different places. And so I want you to know that I am very open to conversation and having that conversation and uncomfortable conversation, so that I can continue to learn. And I'm doing my part as much as I possibly can in all of my free time. I am educating myself. I am taking courses on anti-racism and doing things behind the scenes, things I'm not putting on social media, because this isn't about me, to learn and to educate myself and to grow. And so I was going to say as a teacher, but really I'm coming to you today as a student. I'm sharing this practice with you today as a student because this practice that I was going to sit and do myself is one that is very powerful and very useful, especially in these times. And so I wanted to sit with my community with this practice, but I am learning too. We are all students, whether that is student of yoga, student of meditation, student of the world. We are all learning, and so I am here to learn with you. I was also told by some of my friends, people of color, as well as one of my teachers, one of my dear teachers, to not underestimate using my voice. And so I hope with this meditation, my hope is that this meditation, this metta meditation that we're going to practice together today is one that will impact you and start to continue to help you impact a gentleness and kindness and love and compassion on your own heart, because everything starts with the self. And so when we start with ourselves and then we allow ourselves to move out into the world and have tough conversations and be uncomfortable, we have to make a choice for ourselves first. And so in this meditation today, I want to share something with you that we can then move from a space of learning and growing so that we can continue to grow together. I'm not going to pretend that I am a teacher of anti-racism or a teacher that understands anything about discrimination or racism or how what it is like to be a person of color. But at the same time, I am here to be a student of meditation and to share this practice with you. And I will also be sharing with clickable links to teachers, people of color, and especially Black teachers in my next post of people that I've been practicing with, especially on Insight Timer app, and people that are really making an impact on educating me, and not just in the realm of anti-racism, but also in just as teachers in every walk of life, and especially elevating the voices of teachers of color as well, because I think it's very important to, we all lift each other up. So today, our practice, thank you for bearing with me on this little introduction of our practice today. Today we're going to be practicing Metta meditation, and Metta is a Pali word from the Pali language, and Pali is a language that is native to the Indian subcontinent. So it's a geographic region around surrounded by the Indian Ocean, and it includes countries including Bangladesh and the Maldives and Nepal, India, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Pakistan. And Metta, it means benevolence or friendship. And a metta meditation is roughly translated to loving kindness meditation. And it's a really wonderful way to practice the 4 qualities of love. And love is what we all need right now. And the 4 qualities of love are friendship, metta. They are appreciation and joy, mudita. It is compassion, karuna, as well as equanimity or upekkha. And so this is a practice to help us elevate these 4 qualities of love. And again, everything starts with the self. And so if we sit in community, we sit in meditation, we give ourselves time to turn inward and go inside. We allow ourselves that space and time to open up through the gentleness of our heart so that we can take that loving kindness into the world around us. So I invite you to find a comfy place to sit so we can meditate together. And if you would like to lean back in your chair, feel free to do so. If it feels more comfortable for you to sit up with just your shoulders on top of your hips and find this alert seat, you can. So we want to make sure that we stay alert and awake, but also allow our bodies to relax. So if it feels comfortable for you to close your eyes, I invite you to do so. If that's uncomfortable for you at any time, you can keep a soft gaze down toward the earth or toward your lap. And as we sit in a meditation practice together today, I invite you to join me in taking a cleansing breath to arrive in the present moment. Take a full inhale through your nose and a long exhale out your mouth. And take as many cleansing breaths as you feel like you need today. Beginning to settle into this space and time, being fully present to everything that is in your experience today. Without judging how you feel or anything that you have encountered today, just take a moment as you settle into your practice to become aware. To become aware of how you feel today, without any labels of good or bad, right or wrong. Just simply start to notice everything that rises up. Notice the sensations that you feel in your body. Notice at any time if any emotions arise. And allowing yourself to be with any discomfort that comes up. Because it's in the uncomfortable where transformation happens. And begin to notice the things that you can sense from around you. So any sounds that you hear in this time and space. The temperature on your skin. And just becoming aware of the most present thing that you have, which is your breath. And begin to deepen your breath as you shift your attention inward. And settle your intention in the space of your heart. Inviting your heart space to soften and gently open. Breathing into the gentleness of your heart. And as you breathe into the space of your heart, and as you know that everything starts with the self, picture yourself in your mind's eye. Maybe you imagine looking at yourself in the mirror, or sitting right in front of yourself. It may be as you are today, or you picture yourself as a younger or different version of yourself. But as you sit here with yourself, look yourself in the eye and offer yourself these words of loving kindness. May I be safe and protected. May I be free from suffering and the roots of suffering. May I know joy and the seeds of joy. May I be at peace. May I be safe and protected. May I be free from suffering and the roots of suffering. May I know joy and the seeds of joy. May I be at peace. And as you continue to offer yourself loving kindness, gently allow the image of yourself in your mind to fade as you rest your attention back with your breath. Inhale and exhale. And as you continue to breathe deeply, now call to mind someone that you love. It may be a family member or a friend. Maybe it's a pet. They may be here on this earth with us, or maybe they have passed on. Loving kindness transcends all time and space. And as you picture this person in your mind as if they are sitting right in front of you, look at them and offer them these words of loving kindness. May you be safe and protected. May you be free from suffering and the roots of suffering. May you know joy and the seeds of joy. May you be at peace. May you be safe and protected. May you be free from suffering and the roots of suffering. May you know joy and the seeds of joy. May you be at peace. And as you continue to offer this loving kindness from your heart to your loved one, gently allow the image of this loved one to slowly release as you come back to your breath. Inhale and exhale. And as you continue to breathe deeply, now picture in your mind's eye a challenging person. It might be one person or a group of people. It doesn't have to be the most difficult person in your life. But just notice as you picture this challenging person or people, what do you feel? Do any sensations or emotions change within you? And just notice. And as you picture this challenging person or people in your mind, as if you are sitting right in front of them, without any restrictions, as you release resistance, offer this difficult person or people the same loving kindness from your gentle heart. May you too be safe and protected. May you also be free from suffering and the roots of suffering. May you know joy and the seeds of joy. May you be at peace. May you be safe and protected. May you be free from suffering and the roots of suffering. May you know joy and the seeds of joy. May you too be at peace. And as you continue to offer loving kindness from your heart to even the challenging people that you face in your life, allow the image of this challenging person or people to gently fade as you return to your breath. Inhale and exhale. And as you continue to breathe, begin to broaden where your heart extends, and this loving kindness extends from the space of your own community and your own world personally into the greater community and the world around you. And now picture in your mind's eye the Black community. Maybe people that you are friends with or you have never met. And from the space of your heart to the Black community, offer them these words of loving kindness. May you be safe and protected. May you be free from suffering and the roots of suffering. May you know joy and the seeds of joy. May you be at peace. May you be safe and protected. May you be free from suffering and the roots of suffering. May you know joy and the seeds of joy. May you be at peace. And as you continue to offer loving kindness from your heart to the Black community around the world, return to your breath. Inhale and exhale. And finally, picture in your mind's eye the entire world and everyone and everything in this world, every living being, and offer every single person and living being these words of loving kindness. May all beings be safe and protected. May all beings be free from suffering and the roots of suffering. May everyone know joy and the seeds of joy. May all beings be at peace. May all beings be at peace. May we all be at peace. Keep your eyes closed and continue to offer from your heart to the entire world love, compassion, and kindness, and peace. Begin to breathe a little bit deeper in this moment. And be grateful for the breath that you get to take right now. Be grateful that you are breathing. Just become aware of the things that have come up for you during this space of meditation without resisting any discomfort. And continue to open up and soften through the space of your heart so that you can continue to share love and kindness and compassion with everyone that you encounter. Meditation doesn't teach us to be passive and complacent, and it doesn't teach us to be quiet and lose our voice. Meditation helps to balance us and to center us so that we can be motivated to take action, to speak up, and so that we can make mistakes and allow ourselves to be corrected. It's not about being perfect. It's about creating space to allow ourselves to make mistakes and learn and grow from them. Take your time, and when it feels right for you to start to come back into your day and let your surroundings back in by blinking your eyes open, I invite you to do so. And as you come back into this space of your day, I truly invite you to continue to take these practices with you and listen. Allow yourself to listen. Allow yourself to learn. Allow yourself to have conversations and reach out to your community and to the community of the world, and really, truly be a citizen of the world, and start to open your eyes and awaken to everything that is, and also allowing from a compassionate place in your heart this space to listen, and a space to share, and a space to grow as a human race. And I really urge you to not be afraid to make mistakes. I urge you to allow yourself to have challenging conversations so that we can continue to step forward rather than keeping ourselves here. We have a choice, and if we choose to just stay in our safety bubble of this world that maybe we know and that has been created for us, then transformation can't take place. And we've all started on a journey, whether it's through yoga or meditation or just the practices that we have with our communities in our lives. And we probably all know to some degree that in order for us to awaken, in order for us to create change in our lives, in order for us to transform in any way, we have to get uncomfortable, and we have to allow ourselves to not stay in that comfort place of just being good, but really allowing ourselves to have a tolerance. Rachel Ricketts taught me this in an anti-racism course that I just took. Have a tolerance for messing up. She used a stronger word than messing up, but it's, at the end of our meditation, I'm not going to be dropping the F-bomb, but we have to have a tolerance for messing up. I took a class, it was more of a conversation with Jack Cornfield and Tara Brock, two of my teachers, yesterday, and they had said that they reached out to Black teachers to help facilitate this conversation, and these teachers of color had said, you know what, I think this is something that, if you're reaching out to your community and that community is mostly white, then you have the conversation, you start the conversation. And one of the things that somebody asked in that group was, how do we let go, how do we practice self-compassion and self-love so that especially the millennial generation doesn't hold back and keep quiet because of shame and guilt? And they answered it very similarly to the way that Rachel Ricketts had talked about. And it's not about us being comfortable. It's not about us even feeling bad or sorry for ourselves for feeling guilty or feeling shame and or feeling not being aware and being ignorant to the fact of what it's like to not having not be of white privilege. And really, one of the things we have to do is we have to have self-compassion. We do have to do practices like this and really take care of ourselves and be compassionate with ourselves, because it's not about always being perfect. It's not about always being seen as a good person. What we have to do is we have to build that tolerance to messing up and to being corrected and to knowing that we need to make change and that it's okay. It's okay to mess up, because we're going to. And when we do, we allow ourselves to be compassionate toward ourselves and say, okay, I messed up, but I am speaking up. I am standing up, and I am I'm giving others a voice, and I am using my voice to stand up for human rights. And yes, we will, especially someone like me, a white woman, white privilege my entire life, I will say things that will be offensive or inappropriate, and I won't know it, but I am open and willing to learn and to be corrected without getting defensive or feeling that my guilt or shame is more important than me learning a lesson and really growing and starting to broaden my own awareness and my own awakening in life, to be very illuminated by the nature of everything. And so I hope that in some way this meditation and this I was going to say conversation, but it wasn't really much of a back and forth. It was more like a talk, but hopefully some of these things can help. And in my next post, when I share these teachers of color, which I have been sharing also on my stories, but I will be sharing the teachers that have been making an impact in my life, not just in the last week, but also in months, and some of the teachers through Insight Timer I've been practicing with for a year. I would like to share those teachers with you. And so I hope that in some way the mistakes I have made, the things that I can share as a student of meditation and as a teacher, a humble facilitator of meditation, that this helps you in some way as well. So I want to thank you so much for taking your time to practice with me today. If you have any questions or comments or feedback, feel free to put them in the comments here. If you wanted to send me a DM and start a conversation about anything, about race, about the nature of everything going on in life, about mindfulness, about meditation, I am here. So please, please, please reach out. Let's start conversations. Let's really truly be in community with one another, and not just pressing a heart, liking people's posts and stories, not sweeping things under the rug, not hoping things that will just disappear after some time, and also not stepping away from the greater good of all, and continuing to share. So thank you so much for taking your time to practice with me and with this community today, and I really appreciate you, and I appreciate you as my community. And please make donations to the GoFundMe page for Breonna Taylor, and send love and kindness and compassion and everything that you have in your gentle heart. Please send that to her family and to the Black community and everyone who has suffered and is suffering due to the nature of the world right now. So thank you again so much. I hope that you have a good rest of your day and a good weekend. And again, please reach out to me, and I am very open and willing to start a conversation with you with anything that you need. So namaste.